So, having discussed the second order transient response in detail in the last lecture, here I will be discussing few examples. So, as a recap, we have gone through for the series RLC and the parallel RLC arrangement. So, this will be the final equation for the series RLC consisting of a step input Vs. This particular is the equation for the parallel RLC having a step input current Is. These equations are rearranged into the standard form, so the equations is written likewise. The omega n, which is the natural frequency, is expressed as root of A0 upon A2. The damping ratio term zeta is equal to A1 upon 2 root of 1 upon A0 A2. DC gain Ks is equal to B0 upon A2. You need not to recollect these particular numerical values or coefficients A0, A2 as such. That particularly you can easily correlate with the final equation as such. So into the standard form, the characteristic equation is written likewise, which is the same as has been obtained for the source free response. Now the total response is consisting of steady state response and the transient response term. So as an example for the parallel RLC, the equation reduces to like this. So depending on the damping term, the cases can be the over damped, critically damped or the under damped, and this particular will be having a solution depending on the value of K1, K2 coefficients likewise. So carefully we have to calculate K1, K2 and the S1, S2, which are the roots. So as we have seen previously that in case of overdamped, the response is coming out to be damped, or you can say exponentially decaying, decreasing. In case of critically damped also, the response is exponentially damped. However, in case of the underdamped arrangement, it is exponentially damped but oscillatory in nature likewise. So the crux of these particular is the calculation of coefficients K1, K2 with the help of initial value of current, voltage and their derivatives. Now let us come with some examples. So here we have to find out the current and the voltage values and their derivatives, infinite or steady state value at time t is equal to 0 plus. So before the 0 plus or before the switch operation, the switch is closed and it is working like this. So the case is very simple, that what we studied, that the current in the inductor will not be changing momentarily and the voltage across the capacitor is not changing momentarily. So at time, or you can say before the switch operation, the inductor will be emulating as a short circuit. The capacitor, when say fully charged, will be emulating as an open circuit. So when say it is a short circuit, the current through the inductor will be 2 ampere, 12 upon 6, and the voltage across the capacitor will be the supply voltage 12 volt likewise. So this is how we are able to calculate that before the switch operation the capacitor voltage is 12 volt, inductor current is 2 ampere. Now the switch is opened likewise. So corresponding to this, these will be the voltage situation across the capacitor and across the and current through the inductor. However, the KVL relation suggests that the voltage around this particular closed path, or you can say mesh, has to be 0. So that particular is suggesting Vc0 plus is equal to the current through the inductor multiplied by the total resistance in the circuit plus the voltage across the inductor. So that is a simple arrangement, and so on. So on this particular basis, you can calculate the VL of 0 plus. That particular is giving to the numerical value like this. VL of 0 plus is nothing but L dIL upon dt. So that particular is calculating likewise. Once this particular is known, you can calculate the derivative of the capacitor at time t is equal to 0 plus. Derivative of the capacitor voltage at time t is equal to 0 plus. Likewise, the current is. Now you please be mindful that in this the negative sign is attributed. So what is the reason for this? Because the inductor current has assumed likewise downward in this. When say we will be making an orientation keeping the inductor current same, then the current through the capacitor is directed opposite to the normal nomenclature of the passive element topology. So when say the capacitor is charged with the upper as positive, lower plate as negative, then the current is directed from top to the bottom likewise. So once they are calculated at a steady state, naturally the total energy will be dissipated through the resistance and the inductor current will be 0, capacitor voltage will also be 0. Now let us rework here, and the intention is to find out the current expression I of t for t greater than 0. So when say that switch is operated at time t is equal to 0, it is basically resulting into a source free response arrangement. However, the initial current and voltage etc., they will be decided by you can say before the switch operation. Now before the switch operation, the capacitor will get fully charged, the inductor will behave as a short circuit, but when say it is fully charged, it will be emulating as an open circuit likewise. So when say this will be the open circuit, the voltage across the capacitor will be decided by the voltage across this 40 ohm resistor. So that is giving value of 30 upon 50 into 40. So that is 24 volt, and the I of 0 will be 0. Thereafter, we will be able to have an expression of the arrangement, and this particular arrangement we can easily make a comparison with the standard equation formulation. So that particular is can be written into the form like this. However, carefully we have to calculate the other initial conditions, or you can say the derivative of the current as such. So correspondingly, because say we are interested in calculating the current expression, so we will be calculating the derivative of the current at time t is equal to 0 plus. So what it is suggesting? You have simply made use of the nomenclature VL plus VC plus I into R is equal to 0. So here say the all terminology are pertaining to a 0 plus. Now they are substituted. So what we will be getting, because say the initial current is 0, so di of dt is equal to minus Vc upon L. Vc was 24, inductance is of 2.5 Henry, so that is giving rise to the minus 9.6 ampere per second. The natural frequency is calculated by the inductance and the capacitance. Similarly, the zeta term can be calculated, and when say they are coming out to be the same, it is a case of critically damped arrangement. As such, for the critically damped, the general solution is K1 plus K2t, or you can say A plus Bt multiplied by e to the power minus 20t alpha. So this 20 is pertaining to the alpha. Now the initial condition at time t is equal to 0, the current value is 0, so that is giving rise to the A is equal to 0. When you are making dt upon di upon dt, so that is giving rise to the nomenclature likewise. This is already calculated as minus 9.6, so that particular is giving rise to the B is equal to minus 9.6. Now I of t is giving out to be negative. So what is this negative signifies? That current will be directed opposite to the conventional directed current. So because the capacitor will be charged with the upper plate positive, so the current will be directed likewise. Now last example in this particular case. So here say we have to find out the V of t and I of t for t greater than 0 as such. Now this t is, you can say the switch is closed at time t is equal to 0, so that is a step response arrangement as such. Now initial value of the currents are calculated. Switch is open, so inductor will be short circuited, capacitor will be open likewise. So when say the inductor will be short circuited, the voltage across the capacitor will be 0, so that particular is giving rise to the 0 value. Inductor current short circuited, so here say the current will be a parallel division between the 5 ohm and the 10 ohm, so that particular is giving as I0 is equal to 1 ampere. When say the voltage is 0, so LdI upon dt, which is the voltage across the inductor, will also be 0, so that is giving rise to the di upon dt is equal to 0. Now when say the switch is closed, the resulting arrangement will be of a parallel RLC circuit. So corresponding to the parallel RLC, we have rearranged the equation and it is coming out to be like this. When say we are calculating the omega n, the value is 1 upon root of LC, that is the 10. When say we are calculating alpha, so that is 1 upon 2 RC, that value is also 10. So alpha is equal to omega n, that particular is signifying that it is a critically damped case. So the general arrangement for the critically damped case is like this. Here say we have to calculate the K1 and K2 carefully with the help of initial condition. So I of S is the 3 ampere and we will be so at t is equal to 0, you have simply made use of the initial current that has been calculated as 1 ampere is equal to 3 plus K2, so that is giving the value of K2 is equal to minus 2. You have evaluated di upon dt is equal to 0, so that particular is evaluated, made a substitution, and we will be getting the value of K1 as minus 20. So that particular is the arrangement. Now V of t is can be calculated as L di upon dt, so that particular is giving rise to the value of the voltage which is to be calculated. So we have to carefully calculate the initial conditions, which are the initial values of voltage and current and its derivative. Characteristic equations are the reflection of circuit physical parameters and the interconnection, like say RLC parameter and the series or parallel combination which we discussed. However, the characteristic equations are independent to whether the case is of step input or the source free response. The damping effect is due to the presence of the resistance. This particular damping determines the rate at which the response is damped. So when say the damping coefficient value is small, the rate of decrease is also smaller. So when say the value of the resistance is 0, that particular is coming out to be the case of undamped response. Correspondingly, zeta value will be 0. and it will be resulting into a purely LC circuit, where say the natural frequency of oscillation will be exactly equal to the undamped natural frequency, and that value will be 1 upon root LC. So therefore, the response will not only be undamped but also oscillatory in nature. Due to this oscillatory response, the energy will keep on changing from the inductor and the capacitor. So this particular situation arises when say there are two different type of circuit, or you can say energy storage elements, inductance and the capacitance. With the same initial condition, the overdamped has the longest settling time. So for the fastest response without oscillation, the critically damped circuits be preferred. Next, we will be going for the AC circuit analysis. For further reading, you can refer these particular textbook or any other supplementary materials. Thank you.